Enter me.
What? Well, whatever that was, I got it. I got it on the recording now, so...
Good.
Yeah. So it's... should be set up and working.
Just put that in the beginning of the video.
Oh, I'm pretty much gonna be barely touching this at this point on, like...
Oh, shit.
Like...
Oh, wait.
The professionalism is gone. This is, like, not getting... This is just...
How many curse words are we allowed to say before we get unmonetized?
We aren't even monetized yet, Danny. So we can't be unmonetized. So, and I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not planning on having this do anything. This is really just an excuse to get my friends together and play games.
I see.
This is like
I've been duped.
This is an excuse to get you and Ryan together to play through fucking visual novels with me. So there you go.
I was gonna be like, you know, if you wanted to play with us, you could have just asked us. But like at the same time, I felt like that sounded a little bit weird. I just like literally when you texted me that, I set my alarm for like 7:30, and I slept into like 7:50, and I was like, oh shit, I'm late. So like I got out of bed, rolled out of bed, set up the computer, and here I am. I'm gonna be honest, this is my brain is kind of slowly waking up.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
So excuse the debauchery that comes out my mouth.
I don't think it'll be anything out of the normal, at least for us, you know. Trying to decide if I should have our little bot actually record for this, just because I'm catching both your and Ryan's audio just as one thing. Nah, screw it, it'll be fine. Like I said, not planning on making this a thing. If it goes somewhere, that's great. If it doesn't, oh well. But let's see. So, I need to start the Discord stream. That'd be helpful. There we go. Let me know when you two are good to go.
I guess it should say, it's not popping up like it did last time, so I guess I should click on watch stream.
Yeah. You can click on watch stream, then there should be a thing.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright. I'd say if you see like the users at the bottom, and if it's like not full screen, there should be a button where you can click like hide members, and it'll like give you like a full screen view and stuff. And there's also like a full screen button and stuff.
Is this optional? Do I need to do that, or?
I mean, you don't have to, but it's basically if you want to see it in full screen.
Okay.
It's up to you.
We'll see how it goes.
Alright. Oh yeah, and I would say, since we're doing this differently, like at this point, I know it kind of felt like we might have saved some discussion for podcasting after the last time we were doing this. I'm not planning on doing like podcast stuff for this going forward, like kind of keeping the YouTube and podcast separate, if that makes sense for the most part. So if you see something you're like, oh, I want to bring something up, just feel free to just bring it up and we'll just talk. Like we don't gotta rush to get through it or anything. We're just going through it. Nope. Sorry. I might cut this out, but... nope. Wait. No. I don't think. Where the hell was this? Ah, here we are. Here we are. Okay. So I figured we'd start with the other side of the burial ending, since that's where we were to begin with. Or that's where we ended the first time, was on the correct path. So now we're gonna view the incorrect path. Alright. Alright, and that's right, we gotta remember our roles. So, Danny, you are the narrator.
I am male characters that are not Andy or Andrew.
Pretty much. And I'm pretty much everybody else.
I never stated something more proudly in my life, but such a good decision.
I remember I hated myself for picking narrator.
You chose it. You also chose to start doing the demon halfway through.
Yeah, I needed something different, man. The narrator's kind of, you know, he kind of boring.
Well, your line is waiting on you.
I don't think that's my line. I think it's your line.
That's the narration text. What are you talking about? What is the character? It has like the name at the top and it's colored to match the character.
That seems like a thought inside the character's head. This seems like the same path to take into.
Okay.
I learned to stay far away from narrator ever since we had to pick up like 3 pieces of clothing. I'm like, oh god, what have I done to myself? Never went back.
This seems the same path to take into. Okay.
Alright, so I've never seen this before. Let's see what we got. Oh. There you go, Danny.
They spirit.
Was that so hard?
Those don't look like spirits, dog. That's all I'm saying. Found an empty bottle in the trash.
Well, then what do they look like?
You don't want to know.
Oh, okay. Come on. You're gonna hold out on us now?
Look, all I say is they look like sperm, bro.
I was about to say, it reminds me of that Penny and Stalking episode where like the sperms were like going to war.
Yeah.
And they're all like swiddling around. That's immediately what came to my mind.
Okay.
The rocks won't budge from the side.
I don't know, they don't have the little tail, so... What the... Okay.
There's a rope with some sort of bug, but you can't reach it. Guess what? It's locked.
Oh, we can't walk up here.
Bottle to spirit it.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. Got it. Come here, buddy. You're gonna go into the Pokemon bottle.
Bottle to spirit. A loose stick breaks on. Use the stick to pull down the rope ladder. Got key. Got watering can. Bottle the spirit. Snapped a branch off from a tree. Got a stick.
I don't know why we're getting another stick unless... Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like we need to get the flowers that we had in the other dream sequence. Which, I imagine we have to use the watering can on these?
Watered some flowers. Watered some flowers. Bottle of the spirit.
I can't tell if it's stream delay or if it actually is like, it's just taking you a second.
Bottle of the spirit.
I think it's stream delay.
Probably stream delay.
Yeah, because it matches up with...
An entity has appeared.
Okay.
Is this me?
Nah, it's stream delay, because you're saying it as it pops up for me.
Okay. Gotcha. Damn! Damn, game.
There's not enough sticks to carry your weight.
Damn, you really gonna call Ashley out like that?
Because you're fat, that's why.
She literally can't be. She's been starving for months.
That's a fat, skinny person.
where do we get the sticks from now? Do we have to... No.
Why don't you look around? Maybe around trees?
That's what I'm doing, Danny. And
well,
look, oh, I can't do anything with that
not
tree.
Not trying to be a narrator that, you know.
Or, oh, wait,
like,
there it is.
Telling you what
there
to do.
It is.
Snapped a branch off a tree. See, I told you. Go near trees. Place down all the sticks. Sorry, that was really on my part.
Yeah, I figured out. It gets like a 2 or 3 second delay on my end. Oh God! Now, all right. Let's see.
Put them in my mouth, I will.
Pretty much, yeah. All right.
Put it in my mouth.
Put them in my mouth, I will. I don't know if I'm. I don't know. Am I on point today or am I off a bit?
Why don't we just see? Go ahead, say the line.
All right. There you are, finally. It's into the bottle with you now.
Trap an Andrew's spirit or something?
That seems to be the case. Because it had like the green text that's up there for Andrew. So, it is interesting. You know how the demon always refers to Ashley as Tar Soul? I mean, Andrew's, if this is representative of his soul or spirit, he ain't that far off from her. You know?
It's a little bit red.
I mean, I would just say, I don't know if that's better. That might be
like
worse. I mean, all the others were white, Danny, is all I'm saying. So if you got red on there, I'm like, that's like blood.
Not all sperm is the same, man.
Yeah. Okay, he's the only one that didn't look like the others.
He's special.
Nothing wrong with being unique.
He is definitely special, just like Ashley is.
Yeah, she is special, but in a different kind of way.
Yeah, in a way that... I mean, I like both of them, so... They're both special in the same sort of way for me, I guess.
20 years old, nearly committing incest, so, you know. Bucket list item checked off my list.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Like, no, I legitimately didn't hear you because I think the music's a bit loud.
Oh, good. Never mind then.
Well, I mean, I'll hear it in the recording. As will YouTube. So, and they could just back it up and just keep listening to it.
I'm just here. Yeah, go ahead.
Just kidding. Let's get out of here before it finds us.
It must be real serious if it's taking away the, like, convenience store music for, like, a xylophone or, like, a glockenspiel or something.
Yeah. Now it's the somber music.
This is the I'm sad I didn't get laid music.
Yeah. Like, I woke up, my brother wasn't there next to me, what the fuck? Music. Andrew? Andrew, where are you? Right here? What the hell? Don't just run off like that. Did you see any visions? I take it that you didn't. Nah, I couldn't sleep. I wonder fucking why, Andrew. Well, I think I saw some vision, but it didn't seem like anything important.
Wait, so in this one they didn't fuck?
That was a vision, Daddy. As much as you want it to be real, as much as you were begging for it last time, it was just a vision.
Oh, whoa. I was begging for it. Now, hold on. Now.
You were like, oh, they should just fuck at this point.
They should. But the sexual tension in the room.
Although this reminds me, because I was going to bring this up, actually. Because your statement was like, oh, I think that Asher should just fuck her. And then he should go and find somebody else. Which, first of all, that is the most they had us in the first half-ass statement I think I've ever heard in my life. But also, it is fucking insane to me that you have seen how possessive Ashley is, and obsessive she is, and your solution is to fuck her and then leave. That is insane to me.
Well, like, they should just have sex and then kill her.
Oh, okay.
New plan.
So that's better?
Well, like in Andrew said, I'm just thinking from an in-game situation, like, she has caused nothing for trouble for the guy, and I'm just saying, like, they did just,
I mean, without her, they
parents.
wouldn't be alive because the demon protected them with the vision. So...
Andrew also didn't make a deal with the demon, so...
Yeah, and he'd be dead because the hitman would have killed him. Because the only reason they survived was because of the prophetic vision that Ashley got because she made a deal with the demon.
Well, wouldn't they both be dead?
Well, if you're saying, like, oh, if he, like, killed her, if she was nothing but trouble for him, this is my point, is, like, she's the reason that they're alive still, though. So, she has caused issues, but also is, like I said before...
Look, that little grace right there is outweighed by a ton of shit. I'm just...
She was also the one who was like, hey, you're kind of, like, getting a bit cozy with the parents. What's going on here? This is not a good idea.
Well, clearly the parents had nothing against him. It was all against Ashley.
Okay, Danny, sure.
That's all I'm saying. Like, the mom did like, all, like, if you take notice of the story and how, like, the mom came up to Andrew, was comfortable talking to Andrew, and didn't want Ashley to hear, clearly they still loved Andrew. They didn't have nothing against Andrew for the mom to come in there.
I do not agree with that. Because they left him to die and get his organs harvested in an apartment. But also, to me, it's more that the mom knows who Andrew is. She knows that he is, in ways, like Andrew himself says, like the dad. And so she can just run roughshod over him. And if she just talks to him and acts nice and stuff, he'll buy whatever bullcrap she's selling, even if he knows it's bullcrap, just to have peace, you know, whereas Ashley will call her on her shit.
No, all I'm saying is it's a little early for them to bone after seeing Dad Boner. That's...
Yeah, the Dad Boner was something. It was pretty big.
I think they both earned it, but, like, I don't know,
like they had everything they needed in the closet. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I guess that the conversation has died on that point.
I don't have much more to share except for, I don't know, just, I can't think of a bigger, like, mood killer than Dad Boner. I understand the circumstances that they would, be doing it with one another, but, like, still Dad Boner? Still gonna do it? Really? No?
But also, like, they were in a hotel room, so, like, you know, could have been done there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there is this whole thing where Andrew was saying, or Andrew, the whole, when you go up to the bed as Andrew, and it's like, oh yeah, you totally have nightmares as often as you claim, is like his internal monologue. It's just like, Man is deep in the territory of denial.
At least they're not, like, naked. They're full going into the bed, so, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like if Ashley really wanted it, dude, like, I feel like she'd be doing some out-of-pocket stuff.
I mean, I feel like she has done some out-of-pocket stuff. They both have.
No, low-key, I'd do it.
Not low-key at all, I would. They've both had some real out-of-pocket moments. For Ashley, the one that I think of is, at night on the sofa, when she, like, is whispering into Andrew's ear that she climbs on top of him and bites his cheek and shit. And then, for Andrew, there's the moment where he's just like, oh, there's an ass right there that I could grab while we're standing here in the kitchen. I might as well. Just
wasn't he hard though? Like, didn't he had a cover like?
I mean, they didn't explicitly say that, but that's what's implied. it's very much implied is that he conveniently has a pillow covering that area after the point, and also something that I forgot to notice. I know some people talking about it on like videos and stuff. Is in that scene he's also covering up the bite mark on his cheek with his hand to make sure that the mob doesn't see it.
Could have been a stress boner.
Give Andrew the benefit of the doubt here. He doesn't want incest. That's definitely a stress boner.
Sure he doesn't. Like, to be honest, he wants it more than Ashley, I'm pretty dang sure.
I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna try to defend it.
He also asked Julia to tie up her hair. Just keep that in mind when you say that Andrew doesn't want to do anything with Ashley.
I can't defend him on that one. Like he did get me on that one.
I think that there are levels on which they both are. Like, I'll put it this way: like, I think Andrew wants it, and Ashley is like perfectly fine with it for the in ways. You know, like she doesn't care. It's not a big deal to her.
I feel like it is a big deal.
I feel like it is, bro. When she chases all of his girlfriends, like...
Well, I mean it in the way of, like, she doesn't have any concerns about committing... Like, she's not concerned about the societal repercussions, is what I mean when it's not a big deal.
Imagine if he would have ever told her that he was boning his girlfriend, like, how mad she would be.
I mean, she knows, because there's a scene earlier on where one of the scenes where they're yelling at each other, and he's like, so I'm not celibate, so what? So, she knows that he does, to some degree.
She don't seem too happy that he just got out of bed.
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck, man? So, I guess, do we have a verdict on, like, I'm just in the kind of like, I think they both want to levels. Andrew, I think, is more interested.
I agree, but I think she's more interested.
Okay.
Because he's always been the I'll go along with her to make her happy kind of thing, you know what I mean? And I feel like, sure, like let's say right now they did the deed, they boned and stuff like that. She may not feel like, she'll be like, okay, now what? Like, she'll feel like she accomplished an impossible, like, goal that she couldn't get to, and, you know, she might not really, like, have all the excitement that she may have had, but I know that's, like...
Finally completed the S-rank quest!
Exactly, it's like, you know, but, like, I think that she's totally trying to. And I think beforehand before he would try to, he would probably be put in a situation where he does so to make her happy, but also kind of wants it, but kind of is impartial, you know?
And low key, Garrett, you are being very defensive over Ashley. So your opinions and your decisions.
Oh, she's a terrible person. Like, what do you want me to say in that regard?
No. You can't backtrack now. You have been defending her.
Well, when you're saying that she's caused nothing but trouble, which is factually incorrect, because she's literally the reason that they're alive right now. Yeah, I'm gonna say, no, that's not accurate.
Most of Andrew's decisions have been based on helping Ashley, because Ashley got caught by the first guy, and then he was trying to protect Ashley. That's all Andrew has been trying to do, was to appease her and trying to protect her this whole time. So yes, when I say his decisions have been based on protecting her.
Yeah.
She has a few good moments. I'm not gonna say she doesn't. But at the same time, you are biased because your girlfriend is on the screen. Okay?
To me, it didn't seem that bad, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I am biased, I'll admit that. But I don't agree that she's been nothing but trouble, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, let me reword it then. Instead of, okay, she has definitely caused much more chaos than Andrew has.
I mean, yes, but also it feels like at times that has, like, all right, yeah, the stuff with the parents, I'll give you that. There's been times where some of her more chaotic moments have also, I don't know what else you do in the moment, if that makes sense. Like, I'm thinking of, like, with the hitman chasing them, and her plan in that moment was very much chaotic, but also it worked, and then I can see her train of thought in that moment, if that makes sense. Where it's like, yeah, I see where you're going with this. It's unfortunate for Andrew, but
I mean, her very first action was to eat the remaining tomatoes that they had without regard for survival.
I mean, what are you gonna do though? They've literally been starving already, and it's like they said they were salting their water to avoid overhydrating themselves because they were drinking it to fill their stomachs. Like, at what point are you gonna be like how much longer can you save those tomatoes? Like, realistically.
Yeah, but she also was like, let's eat people, and let's spend our money on this soda that we can't afford, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
There's a bit of selfishness in her, you know.
Yeah, she is. She's definitely like
Kind of feels on a scale higher than Andrew.
Oh yeah, I'll say that. Like, yeah, she's definitely.
She's more impulsive.
Yes, definitely. Andrew definitely isn't impulsive, and that's why. Even though I would say that I feel like he has the stronger feelings. Did they get the game music? I think we've been sat here for so long it like stopped for 3 seconds, then started over.
Yeah, wind the music box back up so we can keep talking.
They're like, all right, hold on. They're discussing incest. We're going to have to give them like 30 minutes for this, apparently.
I would like, to be honest, some of the decisions that they've made, I would have made a completely different choice.
Like what?
Because, like, if they're so like, I definitely wouldn't have went to my parents. To be honest. Like, if I was like, I would definitely broke into some rando's house and then sacrificed her to the demon.
I mean,
like, I feel like they could have done that rather than go to their parents' house.
But then you have like the issue of like, oh, if it is just some rando's house and they're there and say they're armed, at least if it's your parents' house, even though, yes, did they sell them out to an organ harvesting scheme? They didn't know for sure that that was the case when they went to their parents' house. But also, if it is your parents, there's hopefully the thinking that maybe they won't shoot on sight, you know?
Okay, but did they have to eat them too? Because that fridge was fully stocked.
Yeah, that's absolutely some Ashley Chaos shit right there. Like, I'll give you that. Like, they didn't have to eat them. I mean, and I'll be honest, and here's the I will say, as much as that is Ashley, huh?
Didn't they have a huge backyard they could have just buried them in?
But well, you don't want to like, if the cops are like, oh, these people haven't shown up to work for like a week. Let's do a wellness check. Oh, look at this freshly disturbed ground back here. Like, they're gonna check the yard and shit.
Okay, but this is where, like, I've watched a lot of, like, shows on, like, murder and shit. Like, I would say, like, they could have buried them in the garden. Because, like, a garden is always gonna have earth that's, like, unearthed. So, like, they could have buried them under the garden and they planted something. So it wouldn't have been, like, obvious for the cops to be like, oh, there's bodies definitely down there.
Someone who has been at a place where there has been a garden my entire life.
I thought you were gonna say you killed someone.
No. That no. I didn't have an Ashley around, Ryan, so I didn't wind up doing that. All right. You know, maybe if there had been one to goad me into it, you know.
So you're saying you commit incest?
I mean, is that a shock? I mean, I've already said that, oh yeah, if I was Andrew, yeah, absolutely, I'd go for it. Like, yeah. Like, although that now kind of is, I guess, ruined the question I was gonna ask, because I was gonna say, you know, we asked the whole question at the end of the podcast of, oh, if you were Andrew, would you go for it? And I was just like, oh, well, that felt like that was too easy for this group of people, where it was just like, everybody just like, yeah, absolutely. And it's just like, well, that felt easy. We can always take it to the next step. And that's like, okay, in reality, if this was a thing. But maybe that's too much for other people. Fair enough if that's the case. Anyway, the garden,
I still
yes.
go with my OG answer is, well, I already ate people, so, you know.
Okay, yeah. Well, this was, I guess in my mind, I was
already
the
ate people and murdered my parents, and, you know, at this point, you know, what the hell, let's just go crazy.
I mean, I guess in my mind, the question wasn't like, oh, you live out the life of them, so much as it was more just like, just add Ashley to your life. There you go. Is basically it. And it's Ashley the way that Ashley is. Like, acts the same way and everything.
Put me down for a definite maybe.
Okay, a maybe? That's better than I thought I would get, alright? I was expecting it was gonna be two hard no's and then me.
I can think about this. I was gonna say something, but I'm afraid it might be too out of pocket. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, Danny, you expect me to get more out of pocket than me?
Man, look, man, I just don't like dating my own race. So, like, if Ashley had to be a Mexican, like Hispanic like me, I don't think I would do it.
But, like, only for that reason. Is that the only reason?
I'm gonna be honest. If she was white, definitely.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is if she was a half sister, she has a potential shot.
yeah, basically. like it's a strong baby. It's a strong baby.
Okay, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better now.
Like, was that too out of pocket for? Like, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. I just say like I'm not physically attracted to my own race. So.
I can't tell you that, buddy.
I mean, me personally, I don't think so, but...
I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm like, hey, man, whatever. Like, I don't think... if you just aren't attracted to people, you aren't attracted to them, you know?
I just have never, like, you know, like, I've always had that role ever since I was a kid, because I had a heartbreaking story, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so young Danny said never again.
Man, and I had a whole fucking bit with my answer too, like lined up and ready to go.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to steal the spotlight. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright, well, my answer is gonna be... Alright, so first of all, so gentlemen, the thing is, before I give my answer, so, if we're going back like 3-4 years or so into my life, you know, maybe, like, might be a bit further for, like, peak depression and stuff, but it was still pretty bad at that point, you know. Depression was pretty bad, the sense of being completely alone in the world, still pretty fucking bad then. And in that state, I have to imagine that if there was anybody who, like, I guess, not even necessarily just acted the way Ashley does, but to, you know, like, some sort of, I guess, seemed to show, like, interest, not even in, like, a romantic sense, but just interest in me as a person, like, to some degree, I would latch on to that person, if that makes sense. And so in that regard, where I'm like, back then, like, the one way I put it, like, I was like, yeah, I was weak, and I'm not saying that I would actively pursue things, but basically the way that comes by is, she'd wear me down, basically. She'd wear me down with her Ashley ways. So that's me, like, 3 or 4 years ago. Talking about me now, you know, doing a lot better on the depression front overall. No longer feel that whole sense of being completely alone in the world, largely due to the 2 best friends that I have found. I mean, I knew Ryan before, but I feel like we got a lot closer over the last few years. I don't know what you would say to that, Ryan, but that's how I feel anyway.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
I feel like because it feels like I withdrew from things for, I think, honestly, multiple years, and then started to reach back out and stuff, so, or at least I tried to. So yeah, so I'd say that, and so it's like, in a much better spot mentally and emotionally these days, but I'm still weak, so fuck it, we ball. Is basically my answer. Essentially the same thing.
Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
if this were to be a thing, and it's like, oh yeah, Ashley is there, I'm not gonna be the fucking gif of the guy behind the tree rubbing his hands together like, oh yeah, yes. Like, I'm not gonna be that. But it's more just like, I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea necessarily. She could be pretty dang persuasive from what I've seen. You know what would be the biggest fucking, the biggest hurdle for me, honestly, would be my current living situation. Danny definitely knows what I'm talking about.
I feel like you can get away with it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. Your parents sleep at night, dude. You can definitely get away with it. Your sister's bedroom is literally across from your room.
Okay, well, we don't live. She doesn't live here, Danny. So
well, all I'm saying is you can get away with it. If it was an I'm saying if this was an Ashley situation, Ashley's room would technically be across from yours.
Yeah, so in that case it would. All
you would have to do is wait for your parents to go to sleep.
But here's the thing.
Have some nightmares.
What? What?
So just have some nightmares.
Just have some nightmares, yeah.
Yeah, like, I can't sleep, you know.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, Tanny, is my dad, not because of any issues with my parents, but because it's better for his back, will oftentimes sleep on the couch, and sometimes he's up at like 4 a.m. So it's kind of just I don't know, it's kind of a gamble, you know, on any given night. And it's like, that's a gamble of, if nothing else, that's just a conversation I don't want to have, you know? I guess that's where I'm kind of like Andrew. I'm like, I just want to avoid the awkward situation. I want to avoid the complication to my life that would bring.
See, you got some problems sleeping, right? It's hard to fall asleep. You need to have like a noise machine, then that doesn't really cut it anymore, and you have to have like TV play, you know.
I mean, that's currently where I'm at legitimately, is I always have the TV going when I fall asleep. So
I always have to have like, if it wasn't for being cut up for One Piece, I'd never sleep, because I get like hour-long discussions about it every night. I'm like, yeah, something to sleep to. But you know, it quote unquote gets worse, and then all of a sudden, you have a noise to cover up.
Oh yeah, I totally have nightmares as often as I would claim. But yeah, it's funny where I was expecting the too hard no's, and then me is I also had the joke of like, you would not commit incest because you think it's disgusting or whatever. I would not commit incest because it would complicate my life. We are not the same.
I wouldn't commit cannibalism. That's my hard limit.
Really? Never?
I mean, like, like plane goes down, deserted island, maybe, but like, like I'd really have to have my back up against the wall.
I mean, I feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like they had their backs up against the wall at the start of the game to where I'm like, I'm down, sure, whatever, fuck it. I don't care. He ain't using it anymore.
From the perspective of, we're not in the same exact scenario as them. Because if we were, I mean, like, duh.
Yeah.
That would happen before we got out the apartment, not gonna lie.
Yeah, probably. I assume we're not talking about the cannibalism now.
Come on, you're locked into an apartment.
Yeah,
slowly
for months.
Starving to death for months. Like at that point, what the hell?
Like, all right, you know what? At this point, we're not even finishing the game. At this point today, that's fine. This is. It
would have happened multiple times if we were in that apartment. That's all I'm saying. A boy has needs. A boy has needs.
You know what? This brings me to something that I was also.
It's like. Would have had multiple times in the apartment before they logged down.
Yeah. Like, well, you've talked about Andrew having needs, Danny. That brings me to something else that I was gonna bring up because I had a thought the other day, where if you remember, also around the point where you were like, oh, they should just fuck at this point. You were talking about Andrew. You were saying, my man just needs to nut. was what you said.
And, my boy needs a nut.
And at first, I can't remember what it was, but there's at some point, for some reason, I just was saying that, and I was just like, I mean, he probably could have, like, I don't know, there are ways where guys can, I mean, guys can masturbate always, women can too, of course, but, I'm like, I mean, there could have been that, and then I had to thought, like, wait a minute, this poor bastard, since he was 2, cause he's at currently 22, and Ashley's 20, so essentially, his entire life, He's been sharing that room with Ashley at the apartment.
So, like, my question is, has he ever touched himself?
I don't know, cause all I'm gonna say is like, if you're Andrew, do you dare try and do anything in that room? Because if Ashley wakes up and catches you,
well, clearly, like
that will never die. She will never let that die.
Well, clearly, like he did technically, you know,
what? Have sex with other women?
Yeah, he did have sex with other women, so it's not like man was like hard on the nut, but like.
Well, but this is the thing is like. But I mean, especially if we're talking about the months of being quarantined in the apartment.
Oh, that's nothing.
Months, Daddy, is nothing. Really?
Oh, no, like I'm just saying, like you know, he probably could have went to the bathroom. Like the bathroom isn't connected, is it?
I mean, the bathroom's just there. I mean, it's sort of like I feel basically. The thing is I'm like, I don't trust Ashley is the thing if I'm him in that situation. Basically, all I'm saying is I'm like, man, I don't know how much my man could in reality.
The most awkward music pause.
Yeah, I know, it was perfectly fucking timed because I'm just sitting here, I'm like, are we done with this? Is nobody have anything else to add or what?
I didn't know what else to say, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just
man, I'm gonna say this, man needed his nut.
Yeah.
Needs his nut so bad, he's like just sweating right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I said that she'd wear me down. I think that she'd have worn me down by this point. Like, I don't think that I'm lasting as long as Andrew has.
Like, all I'm saying is, like, if a girl wants to give you a nut, take the nut. I'm just kidding. Actually, like, in real life, do not do that. Any kids out there that watch this shit, don't
kids! I would hope that there aren't kids watching this.
In game only.
Okay, well, now that we've spent the last 30, 40 minutes talking about that, I guess, are we good to proceed?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Don't get me wrong. This is exactly what I want out of this. Just like these stupid conversations. Absolutely. Keep it coming if you think of something. Okay. God, now I gotta try and get back into character. I was just collecting ghosts or... No, that was terrible. Give me one more try. I was just collecting ghosts or something. Okay, come on. Game. Ah, there we go. Nothing about getting caught. Nope. Not a thing. Huh. Okay. I guess that's a good sign. Wait, did you say you couldn't sleep? Yes. Oh my. And for a moment there, I thought you had changed. What are you on about? Nothing, nothing. So what's eating at you? Come on. You can tell me all about it. Oh, I don't know. Something about getting caught red-handed? Not the parenticide itself? Come on, let's go ditch the bones already. Every second we wasted is a second we risk getting caught. Let's see. Yep.
Butterfingers.
I hate you. It's not my fault. The stupid bag ripped on its own. I don't care. Hurry up and pick them up. Thank God no one is here at this hour.
Vroom, vroom. Did you really need me to say that?
Yes.
Vroom, vroom.
Yes, I did. Very much so. Okay, so don't stray too far into the light.
Car door closes.
Just in case someone does pass by.
Andrew drops the bag with the bones and rocks into the ocean.
Since my bag broke, how do we make sure the skulls sink? They'll probably be fine. That feels like very wishful thinking.
Into the ocean they go.
They didn't have their throwing contest this time.
Yeah, Andrew's so weenie.
Well, there they went. So they did. Should we recite a prayer or something? Let's not get too sanctimonious here. I feel like we should, I don't know, say something to put it past us, for closure. Closure for what exactly? I don't know. It was just a thought. I'm starting to think you want me to be upset. I'm just worried. I know I don't give a shit, but I thought you did. I did. Fine. Let me think. Take your time. Dear Mom and Dad, thanks for giving me life. It's been awful. And thanks for giving Ashley life. She too has been awful. Hey! Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want me to share my thoughts after all? Some eulogy this is, but go on. Sorry for selling your souls. That was very rude of us. But you sold ours first, so that makes us even, doesn't it? And that's all I have to say. So what do we think of Andrew's eulogy, gentlemen?
Had a fair point.
Yeah.
Can't really dispute it, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe he has changed after all. You seem a bit down. Are you sure you're not the one who wanted to say something? If so, then go for it. It's not that. Then what? Say, now that this has been dealt with, are we in the clear? Honestly, I have no idea. There's always the possibility I overlooked something. That's right, and I bet you did. Huh? Bet you fucked up bad, and we're just waiting to get hauled off to jail right now. Death row, here we come. Wow, thanks, Ashley. Really. Way to put my mind at ease. You've got nothing to fear as long as I am here with my trinket. I don't know. Didn't you just say the last vision was useless? Foolish Andrew. If we'd be in trouble, surely the vision would have shown me that instead. You're so confident in pulling these assumptions out of your ass. But I hope you're right. Don't you worry, just leave it all to me. But anyway, what should we do now? Leave it all to you, huh? Our next move, Andrew, plan it. Well, the money has bought us some time, but we still need to find ourselves new identities. Do we really, though? Can't we just live in the car and mug random people for a living?
That's what I do.
That's just not going to work for very long. Every time we try our luck, we're more likely to get caught. Then can't we buy fake identities? I know people do that sometimes. Point me to the guy who sells them, and I'll get right on that. Ah, that cultist club seems like a really sketchy spot. Maybe someone there knows someone who sells them. Probably not, though. Stop being such a defeatist. Let's go take a little look-see. It's a crap idea to go anywhere near where we killed that guy. Also, that motel was the only one letting us stay with cash only, Fine.
AUX mode.
What was that?
Don't worry about it. Go on.
Okay. Fine. But we're leaving the car in some random parking lot. Since there's definitely an ongoing investigation for that hitman's death. Right. Cool. Whatever. Let's get going. Had a mole here? Are you coming or what? In a minute.
This
Let me finish
timeline.
this.
The man needs to.
Look, he said in a minute, alright? Give him some time, he's working on it. Waste of time and money. I love it. Uh-huh. Glad to hear it. Alright. So that's the other ending to the burial